Hi friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am Ashley the Book Dragon. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to a book talk video. No, not book talk like TikTok. I don't really do TikTok. I'm a little old in that sense. But I'm just here to talk about books. I used to do a very similar series to this on our other channel called If You Judge It By Its Cover. That just kind of got discontinued as we morphed that more into just a straight up family channel. But I did very much enjoying that. I just said enjoying. Oh my goodness. But anyways, I just wanted to do a video where I talk about some books. I do have two books I want to talk about, and I think instead of doing two separate videos, I'm just going to include them in this one. I read both of them. They're the last two books that I read and finished, and both of them were great and powerful, and I just want to talk about them. So that is what we're here to do. So the first book is Finding My Way by Malala Yousafzai. I really hope that I pronounced that right. I very much apologize if I didn't. So I actually read Malala's first book when I was younger. I can't remember how old I was when I read it. I actually read her book and her father's book previous to this one. And both, the way she spoke very much stuck with me and influenced me. And when I found out that this book was coming out, I very much wanted to read it, and Josh was so sweet to get it for me. Oh my god. Basically, if I haven't said it here previously, I very much enjoy memoirs and essays from a person's point of view. It feels like having a conversation, and I feel like that's an opportunity to grow and move, and I just love that. I feel like it's a really big gift to get to do that sort of thing. Please forgive me if I'm not totally eloquent in this. I do touch on my experience with this book more in the book that I'm currently writing, which is a diary of the books I've written this year, but that's, again, a topic for another video. Also, you'll notice I talk with my hands. It's just a thing I do. You'll probably get used to it. Anyways, so reading this book felt like... Oh, hi, Dossie. You say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Do you want to tell them about any books you're reading? Are you reading any books?
I'm not.
You're not reading books right now?
Here, books.
Yeah,
here.
That's your bookshelf. You got a lot of books. Are you and Daddy reading Sherlock Holmes? You read Sherlock Holmes with Daddy, huh?
I got bookshelf off.
Yep, you got a big bookshelf. Looks like we're gonna have to get you more soon. Or another shelf soon. We're running out of space.
More books out
More
here.
books. Yeah.
And more books out here.
Yeah. You like books?
Yeah, I like out here.
You like that you have your books out here? Good, I'm glad.
Whoa, whoa.
Why don't you go build your block? Okay, Mommy's gonna talk to our friends about her book she read. Anyways, so reading this book, I very much enjoyed it. It felt like having a conversation with an old friend. She touches on feelings of like feeling very lost and confused, like her identity is in what everybody expects her to be, and if she doesn't meet this, is she letting everybody down? Has she failed? Is she not doing the right thing? And if she does something slightly different, is she worried that she's not doing it all right? Which is feelings that I personally have struggled with a lot. Now, my life has been, I will never claim that my life has, I've gone through the trauma that she's gone through, but just in my own experiences, I definitely have had those feelings, and I could very much relate to what she was saying, and it felt like talking to an old friend who very much understood trials and tribulations, even if their experiences were different than yours. And I found in an interesting thing when she was speaking on her experience PTSD, how she was talking about how she would feel fine, but the images would come back to her, and sometimes she could deal with it, but then there were times where it was jarring and it threw her off. And I could also relate to that in the sense of my own experiences with my health issues that I have gone through and my hospitalizations. Again, what I have gone through is nothing like what she went through. But those are feelings I can very much relate to. I do have a lot of panic and anxiety around medical stuff because of what I've gone through. And one minute I can be fine, I can be coping with it, and then other times it can hit me like a total brick. And the way she talked about it, it felt like she understood that feeling on a level that, like, in my experience so far, other people have not. And so that was really good. I also liked how, I don't know that my opinion was as radical as her. Well, I wouldn't say radical. I was not as strong in my belief as she was when she talked about her determination not to let the world set her up to just be a wife. And because that is very much how I've thought all my life. And, you know, when she did become a wife, it was of her choice, of her doing, because that was what she wanted for her life, which was also my experience because, yeah. Now, I didn't go as so far as to refuse to learn to cook because I thought it would get me forced into marriage, but also I did not grow up in the same culture that she did. In her culture, that was very much be the case. But again, that was another aspect, like her views of, I do not want to be set up to just be a wife. You know, I have more to give the world. I very much related to that, and I loved it, and it felt like talking to an old friend, and I very much loved it. And honestly, I think I loved this book, and it impacted me even more than her first book did. And I'm just so grateful when people perform the task of sharing their memoirs, their thoughts with the world, because that's a very hard thing to do, even just speaking with people you're close to. And so if you are taking the time to share your story, whether it be because you just need to tell your story or because the world, you feel like someone in the world could benefit from hearing these stories, maybe someone has something similar to you, like, I'm very grateful that people who write memoirs and essays give us the chance to do that. And yeah, so I very much loved that book. It was a read. And then the other book that I just finished this yesterday, was Simply More, a book for anyone who has ever been told they're too much, by Cynthia Erivo. I love Cynthia Erivo, even before Wicked. I think she's incredibly talented. Wicked is very near and dear to my heart. That story is so special to me. And I think her portrayal just brought a whole new power to it, and I was very excited. So Josh also got me this recently. It did come out recently. And again, this book just felt like having a conversation with an old friend. And it was, as I read, there were moments like where she talked about certain feelings, like feeling like an imposter, or feeling like she could be herself, but she couldn't be too much herself, because then people are like, all right, we get it. And that's a feeling I've experienced a lot in my life. Whether it's been people telling me I'm being too much, or that I need to just chill out. Yeah. So again, this felt like reading and having a conversation with an old friend who just gets it in a way that other people don't. I did have to like stop at some moments because it hit so hard emotionally that I just I need to take a break, take a breath, reset, and then go back to it. It took me 3 days. I would have finished it in one had it not been for those breaks. Please excuse me, my throat's really dry. I need to get a glass of water after I finish filming this. But yeah, I don't know how to talk as eloquently about the second book as I did about the first. But I highly recommend reading it. Highly recommend. I feel like it's a very good comfort healing read for anybody really. And so I definitely, yeah. But also, like, check out these covers. Are these not insanely beautiful covers? Like, way to go, cover artists. I love it. But anyways, so those are the 2 books I read recently. I have moved on. I'm reading a Christmas book now. So I am sure I will do some sort of book talk about that at some point. But we will see. I know this isn't the longest video. I'm not as good at talking out loud as I am on paper. I do a lot of rambling, but that's okay. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. If you read these books, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have book recommendations, I would love to hear those, and I hope that you'll join me for future videos. My plan is to post every Wednesday. I am hoping that I do that, but we will see. And yeah, if you guys want, you could also check out my family's channel, which is Johnson's Ever After. I always leave the channel link in the description, and I'm also going to leave the link to our blog, where we share recipes, and in the future as we grow we would like to share more videos and just family pieces. And yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.